Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going way better than fantastic and your journey to self-betterment is going way better than fantastic as well. Today I wanted to talk about something very important. The strange and evil playing out in the world which makes you think, how can a human being do such an evil thing? It doesn't even make sense. Now what I'm going to say in no way takes away from the responsibility to those doing such evil things. But as we talk about the narcissist on this channel amongst other important topics, we know, or at least those of us that have dealt with the horrible treatment of the narcissist and learning about narcissism to recover. It seemed these individuals over time got closer and closer to what we call evil. I remember my mother and my ex Susie. Only on a few occasions. Even in their thousands of narcissistic manipulation and rages. The rages were mainly my ex and my brother. My mother was the mastermind manipulator. But during all of this, I only remember a couple of really specific times where both my ex and my mother had a different look on their face. Like there was someone else there. And they turned to me and would say something really creepy. I remember my ex Susie on one of these extremely rare situations turned to me and said, "He's testing you. You know." And the look on her face was in no way, shape or form the normal evil look she had. It was like something or someone else was there. Then shortly after, she went back to being her normal, if you can call that normal, but her normal evil self. And the main thing I can possibly put my finger on is with every evil step she made, she cancelled out any of those great thoughts, feelings, and possibly even being unable to hear God speak to her and or any angels around her. And with each evil step they grow more empowered and emboldened, feeling they will never be accountable for causing great harm to others. This is where you have wives and husbands and wives, putting terrible substances in their drink to end their very lives. There is a current story in Utah, where a man is suspected of being deleted by his wife, by lacing or feeding him allegedly a very dangerous substance. And when you see their pictures together, they look like a wonderful couple with children and seeming to have everything going their way. However, there have been alleged reports from his family that he was possibly made sick before by an alleged substance that he believed his wife was putting in either his food or drink. And supposedly he told his family, if anything happens to him, please check in to see if his wife had anything to do with it. And some have asked, well, why didn't he just leave? Well, sadly some parents, when children are involved, when they know their wife or husband is capable of such evil, allegedly, they don't want to leave them alone with the alleged evil spouse. Plus, the laws in some countries will either heavily favor one side or the other solely based on gender in many cases, which can make it difficult for the one that isn't given the benefit of the doubt to get a fair shake when trying to leave and protect their children. And sadly the courts all over the world know that both men and women can walk the evil line of demonic evil. Yet they will do nothing to change how things work, to protect the innocent. Allegedly. And it's also been reported this woman also allegedly had a boyfriend the entire time she was married. But then you think to yourself, none of this sounds real. Who or what would go to such lengths to do such calculated evil? And when you understand what Satan and his demons' role is to ruin innocent people, even if it's to have other do the deleting of other humans, they can't, or maybe they don't have the permission to do it themselves. But they can influence those that are already walking that evil line to do it themselves. And here's the thing. Demons act just like narcissists. Narcissists will oftentimes plot out and find a scapegoat to take the fall for their evil deeds. And in these cases they will find another narcissist to commit the abuse or deletion. And then they will cry and pretend to be a victim as well, when in reality they were the mastermind. Well, Satan looks for and convinces stooges to walk out there like robots, thinking they will have it all if they just bump off their husband. Or if they just bump off their wife. Or possibly what happened in this next case. A man who is a husband and father was sitting in his parked car in Colorado. And a seemingly mentally ill homeless man jumped into the passenger seat and pointed a weapon at him. The Colorado father and husband took a picture of the man with his phone without that man knowing. And text his wife. Please. 911. His wife called 911 and found and hurried to his location as well. When she arrived, there was no response officers. Just her husband's lifeless body and this mentally ill man's lifeless body in the car. When the police did have a chance to see the photo of the man that is accused of doing this horrible crime, they knew right who he was and said he has been in trouble with the law many times before. But then you think to yourself, mentally ill. Sure. But this sounds downright evil. Was he hearing voices in his head? Was he being directed and told to do such things? We will never know. Then there is an Oregon woman. She was found deleted in her cell in prison. After 12 years, I believe, serving her term. Why was she in prison? For throwing both of her children off of a bridge. One child survived and the other child didn't. Why did she do such a thing? She was angry at her husband and wanted to get revenge on him. You just can't make this evil stuff up. But again, where did it start? Did this woman walk in evil so long she could only hear the voice of the devil instead of the voice of God? And unlike my mother and my ex Susie, did she have more frequent bouts of times where she felt like someone or something else took her over? We will never know. But I will say this. There was one time. I do believe. I can't prove it. But I do believe that my ex Susie put something in a drink picture in my refrigerator. I realized what was happening. And dumped the drink out quickly, then threw away the drink picture. Shortly after, she was arrested for trying to cause me great bodily harm, let's just say. And I was able to escape her. She was truly dangerous, destructive and evil. And had the ability to do the absolute worst. But it was those maybe 2, possibly 3 times when she looked as if someone else was inside of her. It was almost an evil, delightful look in her face with a different personality altogether. And that was truly terrifying to see. And these cases keep getting worse and worse each day. As if demons are literally walking the earth in human suits, doing what it is they are designed to do. And that is to destroy. We are told to walk the straight and narrow path God has set for us. And I believe one of those perks of walking that path is hearing Him speak to our hearts and minds. And if this is true, then what would not only walking the evil path but enjoying doing so bring? No repentance. Just plain enjoyment for doing evil every day. It would likely bring you closer to Satan. To where you not only can hear him speak to you, but to where he can trick you as well. We are often told, this is a spiritual battle. Well, I believe those that say such a thing are correct. As the Bible tells us this very thing as well. Take a look around you. Take a look around. Pray. Be careful. And ask God for forgiveness, direction and His love and mercy. Because there are some evil things happening all around. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.